The idea of Operation Brotherhood was born in Bali, Indonesia in 1952. A casual request of then-President Elpidio Quirino as to how Filipinos could help our brothers rise from misery. It was Oscar Arellano, then president of the Manila chapter of JCs, short for Junior Chamber of Commerce, who would answer the call. The young and vibrant Filipino architect had the chance to visit Saigon at the dawn of the Vietnam War, and it was here where he saw both the opportunity and the need. And so it was destiny that shortly after his return to the Philippines, his brainchild, a humanitarian project they christened Operation Brotherhood, was born. No less than Arellano's good friend, President Ramon Magsaysay, supported the initiative. And I quote, "We have been assisted in our hour of need by generous friends. Shall we then deny our help to our neighbors when they are in need of it? Human misery knows no national boundaries. By all means, help them. And if there is anything that I and this government can do to help, please feel free to come to me." End of quote. In September of 1954, Operation Brotherhood was ready with its first shipment that consisted of a ton of assorted goods, tinned food, clothing, soap, antibiotics, and other medical supplies. President Magsaysay made available a Philippine Air Force plane, but to emphasize its mission of mercy, a large red cross and the OBI logo was painted on its sides. Its pilots donned civilian clothes. From 1954 up until their final day in Vietnam on December 21, 1956, the Filipino-led humanitarian project treated and saved 730,000 people who lived in remote villages. Operations moved over to Lao in 1957 until the new communist government forced them to leave the country in 1975. Operation Brotherhood treated close to 1 million Laotians, from poor people living in faraway hamlets to members of the royal family. They also deployed a total of 450 Filipino volunteers. Operation Brotherhood also established its humanitarian project in the Philippines. The group was involved in the relocation of families living in Manila's squatters area, as well as the resettlement of those affected by the 1965 Taal volcano eruption. This is where Operation Brotherhood would establish its Montessori team to answer the alarming need for the education of these vulnerable groups. OBI President Oscar Arellano was instrumental in the relocation of the Taal volcano evacuees to the towns of Taal, Lemery, and his seaside hometown of Nasugbu. Oscar Arellano invited Dr. Preciosa Soliven to set up a preschool for the poor at Sapangpalay, Bulacan, part of the relocation project of 3,000 squatters from the heritage site of Intramuros. In 1966, the first Montessori Children's House opened at the Siquia Apartments in Malate, Manila. The legacy of Operation Brotherhood far outlived those who received the services they selflessly provided. It became a worldwide inspiration, so much so that Dr. Tom Dooley created the American and Japanese Peace Corps programs based on the framework of Filipino advocacy. It also received the first award for international understanding in 1958 from the prestigious Ramon Magsaysay Award Foundation. The OB in our school's name traces its foundation to the establishment of a humanitarian assistance initiative. We continue that legacy up until this day. Operation Brotherhood continues to provide quality Montessori education to our underprivileged youth through its Pagsasarili Foundation. Daycare centers in the provinces of Cagayan, Ifugao, Tarlac, Pampanga, Bulacan, and Batangas have been converted to Pagsasarili preschools using the Montessori method of learning. It has maintained its partnership with the armed services in the delivery of humanitarian assistance, care and dignity packages to our fellow Filipinos that have been devastated and distraught by natural disasters and armed conflict in as much the same way as Operation Brotherhood started in 1954. It is the same spirit of volunteerism, patriotism, and love for mankind, that innate Filipino trait of bayanihan that we continue to instill in our Montessorians, lest we forget what OB stands for.